Hey everyone, I'm live. I'm out of work. I am super excited. I'm going to be reacting today to my pal Grace Randolph. Woo! She looks beautiful in this thumbnail. I'm sorry, Grace. You got it going on. Grace. I'm very excited. I haven't watched any of the review. I'm very excited for the Batman. I saw some of my pal RJ's, some of his reactions he was watching, and we're also going to look at the Rotten Tomatoes as well. If you're here, smash the like button because I got 0 people watching right now. Now I have one person watching. Thank you so much. We're going to react to Grace. I'm extremely excited. I did get my tickets for Thursday after work. So I got them ready. I'm ready to go. Listen, the title of this video is Grace and Batman Superfan. I'm a super fan of both. I'm a super fan of Grace Randolph and Batman. It's a reaction. So I'm starting to get the hype for the Batman. I really am starting to get the hype. Let me see who's here. We Are Venom. Sup, Max? The Rel McMillian. The reviews of this movie are fascinated to watch. Okay. All right, cool. So I'm going to also check in with Rotten Tomatoes. I saw that asshole Scott Mendelson. What a douche. Listen, it's all subjective. Before we get to the beauty of Grace, the graceful Grace Randolph, Scott Mendelson just seems like a effing troll, doesn't he? Oh, people are already getting mad at critics for not liking it. Darth Scipio, I'm hearing some bad things about Robert Pattinson. I hope they're wrong. I hope they're wrong as well. I liked him and everything. So let's react to Grace, see what she has to say. And am I a super fan? Yes, I haven't disagreed with her yet. Not that I can remember. I have on a review. I usually like the things she likes. Honestly, you can believe me or you're not. All right, let's hear what Grace has to say.
Is a non-spoiler. This is a non-spoiler review, and I've been particularly careful here because I was shocked to discover that Warner Brothers has undersold this film. A risky play, but that means it's gonna rely on word of mouth, which for me, as you're about to see, is mostly spectacular. But that's still
mostly spectacular. Just the way you're looking tonight, Grace. Wow. Woo!
Risky play. It's even better, in my opinion, than those amazing trailers.
Okay, that's great to hear. I always like to hear that the movie is better than the trailers because I love the trailers. Ryan, I'm Vengeance. DC Cinematics first. Cinematics. What's up, Max? I'm looking forward to seeing the Batman. I don't care about the reviews, but I'm entertaining. You're entertaining? That's great. So is Grace. Hopefully, I am too. Don't forget to smash the like button. Hey, Hans. I don't call you that. No. I'm excited to watch this review. I really am. Hi, Hans.
Which were darn good. And many of us wondered, including me, if maybe they showed all the good parts. They did not. So I want you to have the same experience that I did.
I love hearing that in a review, that all the good parts weren't spoiled in the trailer. You know, I want to have some satisfaction and not feel like the best parts I saw already. I can't stand that when I go to a movie. That's like one of the worst things when you go to the movie and you're like, boy, I could have saved some money and just watched the trailer 10 times. Hello, Hans. All right.
Watching this movie unfold before your eyes and it being even better than you hoped it would be until the final act. But anyway.
Oh, no.
Warner Brothers has released.
Wait a second. Until the final act. Uh-oh. Does she have some issues there? Oh, boy.
A lot of clips, which I think has been a bad idea. I only saw the funeral clip. I haven't been watching. But why release your movie?
Me either. I haven't watched the clips.
In bits and pieces. Don't watch those clips if you haven't watched them already. And there have been leaks. And once again, just like with No Way Home, I mean, I've hinted at stuff, but I've seen people blatantly leak
I haven't seen
major reveals in the movie. And that's one of the things that significantly weakens the third act. So,
okay, do not stay away from spoilers and leaks. Grace Randolph, you heard it here second. Grace Randolph says stay away. I'm going to have to bounce from the internet till Thursday, till I see it.
So yes, The Batman is not a perfect movie, but it's darn close. It's so close. And I would argue it's the best Batman movie to date, with Robert Pattinson in a role he was born to play. At least in the...
I said I haven't disagreed with Grace yet on a review. The best Batman yet? That's hard for me. That's a hard pill for me to swallow so far. The best Batman yet. I don't know. I think I'm going to like him. I don't know. My favorite still, you already know, Ben Affleck. And Christopher Nolan's, what's the actors? Christian Bale. I liked him at Batman Begins the best. And then after that, I felt like he phoned it in. Honestly. Because he likes to challenge himself. He's not very into franchise films. That's, we'll see.
The opinion of this Batman fan. And for those of you who know me, I am a huge Batman fan. My favorite comics, the ones that got me into the medium, are Batman and X-Men. And I have a particular soft spot and high bar for those characters. And this is so good. The first 2/3 of the movie are incredible. I was blown away. It's like watching someone ace an exam.
Man, why does she keep hinting at this last third of the movie? That's where it fell flat for her. The first 2/3 were great. And then there's spoilers. So, oh boy. Okay.
That's it. You actually got it right. That's correct. Oh my God, you did it again. So rewarding for us long traumatized DC fans. With Matt Reeves truly bringing Batman comics to life, which reminds us that for all their insistence on experimentation with the brand.
Yeah, I know. And look how that hurt. Look how that turned out. He was miserable. He had a blowout on set, and it didn't get a sequel. Yes, I know. Okay, Hans. All right, that's your opinion.
And DC movies are the most successful when they are comics accurate and capitalize on what makes them unique. Our favorite heroes made to seem like they could actually exist. In fact, the Batman gets so real that while some people were worried there might be copycats, real-life copycats of Joker, remember that was a criticism leveled at that movie? I didn't feel that way about that movie. But I found this film terrifying in that regard.
Whoa! Actually, I don't like to speak on that, but that's a concern I have too. And I'll be honest with you, and I don't, oh God, I shouldn't even say this. That's where I was going to wait a little bit to get my ticket, but I got it ahead of time because I want to see it so bad. Oh, that's funny. Jessica Chastain shows up in the third act. That's... not necessarily, I don't want to be a gatekeeper of characters. I'm up for artistic flair, interpretation, and adaptation. I enjoy when it's comics accurate or when it draws a lot from the comics. I don't need to be beat by beat everything, though. I don't. All right.
Because it's almost, particularly as it moves on, a how-to manual on how to turn oneself into an effective, famous villain. And with all that's going on in the world these past few years, I don't need to add real-life Batman villains to the mix, thank you very much, especially because I don't think there are any rich people.
Well, that's, I understand what she's saying, but that's not the filmmaker or artist's responsibility. Everyone's responsibility for their own actions, words, and conduct. What can you do? You have to,
would be on the side of good that want to fight crime. I was like, could this actually happen while I was watching the movie? And I was like, who would be our Batman? We don't have one. Unfortunately, we have too many Lex Luthors in real life.
Oh, Grace. Grace show throwing shade off at all the white man billionaires around the world. Zucker, Elon Musk, and what's the guy's name from Amazon? She just threw. They all do look like Lex, don't they? They all do look like Lex. They do. You're right, Grace. They do.
So first, let's talk about the first amazing 2/3 of the movie. It's just so good. And then we will discuss, again with no spoilers, the problems of the third act. There's only one problem with the first 2/3 of the movie, and that's...
This is the world's first reusable cotton swab.
Ew. What the? Oh my God. What the hell?
Really into 90s emo movie.
I'm sorry. What the? Oh. What the hell kind of ads? My ears are clean. What the fuck was that? Ew. Now I'm tempted to, pay for YouTube Premium just because I saw that. That is worse than Zupu or why? No warning, just immediate with that. It just immediately with the wax. Oh my God. Holy shit. What the hell was that?
It's just so good. And then we will discuss, again with no spoilers, the problems of the third act. There's only one problem with the first 2/3 of the movie, and that's some of the song choices. Unless you're really into 90s emo, you might roll your eyes. In fact, these songs are played so loud.
So, hey, Ray, me and you are going to be okay, right? Because we like 90s emo. I know you like other stuff more, but I'm okay with 90s emo. I really am. I'm cool with that.
And for such a long time, they really let him go. It was tough for me to sit through those songs, and I hope that people don't snicker in the theater because this is art, damn it. Have some respect, even if they made a bad song choice. And again, some of you might be like, that's my jam. It was not my jam. I was like, where did this Bruce Wayne, because it's supposed to be a modern film, how did he even get into this music? All right, so anyway, now Robert Pattinson has made it clear. What's Robert Pattinson into? He's into Batman. He's made it clear that he is a huge Batman fan. And I've read interviews with him, and I've been impressed with how much he knows about the character and how much he gets him. But that doesn't always, so what? That doesn't always make for a great performance. Well, here...
I don't know, Ray. We'll have to look up the soundtrack. Maybe I'll look up the soundtrack before I'm done.
It does. He is Batman. He is the Batman of his dreams, and I think our dreams. He's incredible. And it's not just that Matt Reeves finally lets Batman be a detective, which is awesome. Oh my God, I loved that so much. And it was a really good mystery that you could follow along, although I couldn't solve it. So you were just always like 1 or 2 steps behind Batman, or you were just, Batman would explain it and you'd be like, oh, cool. Yeah, totally. It wasn't like the Sherlock movie with Robert Downey Jr. where you were like, I still have no idea what the mystery was or how you solved it. So that was fantastic. But Pattinson's physicality, oh my God, the weight of the Batman suit. Oh, we're going to talk about that in the spoiler review because it's used so effectively. And
even from the trailer, I'm like really impressed with the way the fight scenes look. Like sometimes in the old Batman movies, he looks extremely stiff, but not here. He looks like he can get into action. And let's be real. If you think the other Batman movies were realistic, if you can't move your neck or perform, what's the point? It looks silly. My Chemical Romance, yeah. All right.
It's such a fantastic idea. But I also really liked the deliberateness of Robert Pattinson's movements, even down to his eye movements. And it was just thrilling. It's so Batman. He is Batman. I just can't believe how good he is. I was also surprised at how funny Robert Pattinson's Batman is, with a brutal deadpan delivery. You know, DC movies have come under fire for trying to be light and funny, Marvel-esque. But the Batman proves that DC movies can retain the quality that makes them different from Marvel. And, you know, not all DC stories have to be dark.
I'm not.
But that's still a risky play. It's even.
Hold on.
The first 2/3 of makes them unique. Our favorite heroes made to seem like they could actually exist. In fact, the Batman gets so real that while some people were worried there might be Gwen because it's supposed to be.
Sorry, everyone. I was pausing it to say I don't like that's surprising to me. I don't think like saying it's gonna be he's funny in the role. I don't see, you know, Robert Pattinson having comedic timing, but I guess I'll see. Yeah. Oh, really, Brian? Okay.
A modern film. How did he even get into this music? All right, so anyway, now Robert Pattinson has made it clear. What's Robert Pattinson into? He's into Batman. He's made it clear that he is a huge Batman fan. And I've read interviews with him, and I've been impressed with how much he knows about the character and how much he gets him. But that doesn't always, you know, so what? You know, that doesn't always make for a great performance. Well, here.
Oh, yeah. Everyone, thumbs up for Grace for looking legit tonight. Look how beautiful she is. So remember to leave a like on my video because Grace is stunning. Grace is stunning. Amazing, Grace.
It does. He is Batman. He is the Batman of his dreams, and I think our dreams. He's incredible. And it's not just that Matt Reeves finally lets Batman be a detective, which is awesome. Oh my God, I loved that so much. And it was a really good mystery that you could follow along, although I couldn't solve it. So you were just always like 1 or 2 steps behind Batman, or you were just, Batman would explain it and you'd be like, oh, cool. Yeah, totally. You know, it wasn't like the Sherlock movie with Robert Downey Jr. where you were like, I still have no idea what the mystery was or how you solved it. So that was fantastic. But Pattinson's physicality, oh my God, the weight of the Batman suit. Oh, we're going to talk about that in the spoiler review because it's used so effectively and it's such a fantastic idea. But
Damn it! Wait. Degrassi, here you come again saying you saw it already. Degrassi, what do you do, bro? He's always acting like in the past tense. He does, and it's great. The Batman got jokes. The play between Bats and Gordon gave me real Riggs and Murtaugh. Damn, Degrassi! How did you see it again already? Degrassi? Ask in the chat. Ask Degrassi what's up. Every single thing he's like, yeah, it was great. He talks in the past tense. He saw it already. How did you see it already, Degrassi? Who are you, Degrassi? No. All right. Props to Degrassi Knowles. All right.
Pattinson's movements, even down to his eye movements. And it was just thrilling. It's so Batman. He is Batman. I just can't believe how good he is. I was also surprised at how funny Robert Pattinson's Batman is, with a brutal deadpan delivery. You know, DC movies have come under fire for trying to be light and funny, Marvel-esque. But the Batman proves that DC movies can retain the quality that makes them different from Marvel. And, you know, not all DC stories have to be dark, but I think they all have a darker element. You know, that's what's always separated DC Comics, I think, effectively from the competition. But they can still have humor that audiences love and which is crucial to get people through a 3-hour movie. Do I think the movie needs to be 3 hours? I would tell you that I think that, I quite frankly, when you see some of my critiques of the third act, I feel it should be longer, quite frankly, but it's a little too long as is, but I'm not sure, having only seen it once, what I would cut, because I just love being in this world so much. Now, Robert Pattinson, back to the humor. Robert Pattinson is funny on his own. His banter with Jeffrey Wright's Gordon makes my heart soar. Oh my God, it's incredible. And Colin Farrell's Penguin, he had my whole screening laughing out loud multiple times.
That's great. That's great. Yes, I'm listen. If they're bringing it, they're bringing it. I'm not gonna complain. No. He Protoss, yeah. All right, that's surprising to hear about Colin.
Amazing. I mean, a lot of us love Colin Farrell and have always felt he's gotten bad breaks. I mean, he's a bit of a jinx, unfortunately, and I hope that doesn't materialize here. But he's always been a great artiste, a great actor, and this is no exception. He is incredible. I can see why he's getting his own HBO Max series. I'm blown away. Zoe Kravitz is also equally good as Catwoman, leaping from the pages of DC Comics, particularly year one. Sometimes she and her surroundings look so much like the comic, it took my breath away.
Zoe! Wow, isn't that great to hear, everyone? Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman takes your breath away. So not only Grace, Zoe too. All right. Way to go, Zoe! Way to go, Zoe! Aren't you happy for her? Because she's been around movies and she gets little roles. But now she's legit. This is going to be her role, her defining role in her career. Congratulations, Zoe. Yes. All right. Great. And look at that image there. Amazing.
It was so cool to see her hold her own alongside Batman, but always, it's always Batman's movie, which is important, but she really holds her own. She's so cool. Her physicality is also excellent, not just from how she moves all the time, but her fight scenes are done quite well. And their interactions in the first 2/3 of the film are absolutely perfect. I don't want to give anything away. I was so delighted in how they interacted. I couldn't believe it. I did not expect to also like Paul Dano's Riddler as much as I did.
This is the one I'm most curious about because you've seen very little of him in the trailers. And I really want, and I think Paul Dano has an amazing performance in him. I'm just, until I see it, even when people say it's amazing, I'm not convinced yet until I see it with these own mad eyes. Like I do like, hey, I could get that outfit and do some streams in that Riddler costume. I would wear that Riddler costume, and I wouldn't normally say I'd wear a Riddler costume. I could get this costume if I want. But then Grace would be scared. Maybe that's why Grace is scared of me. She doesn't reply to my DMs on Twitter because she's like, I don't want no real world masked men after me, All right.
He looks.
This powerful $99 drone is
$99 drone. Okay. That's better than the last
like the
one.
Riddler of the comics. Although that character has always been the cheesiest of Batman's rogues gallery. He's always been, I think he has his fan club, but he's always been the least exciting, I think.
CJH, I love you, man, but come on. You guys don't rain on my parade. I think Ben Affleck had an amazing movie in him too. I really do. I think he had an amazing performance if he would have completed his solo film. Can you imagine him with Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke? Come on. That would have been amazing too. Yes, he does. Maybe they will. Well, she's getting her series.
I think to the mainstream. But I'm pleased to report that Reeves and Dano have created a Riddler for today. As I said, terrifyingly so. And, which was the point, but it works, having Batman go up against Riddler is the perfect showcase for Batman's detective skills. So it worked great. Also, it helps that Riddler actually asks pretty darn good riddles. I thought they were excellent. They're hard enough to stump you, but not so hard that you're like, no one could get that. And he has put together quite the puzzle. Also, Reeves has Batman make a rookie mistake, which is fascinating. It was brilliant, and we will discuss it in the spoiler review. It was so incredibly clever. I couldn't believe they found a way for Batman to realistically make a mistake. I loved it. And when we finally talked to Riddler, like really talked to him in Arkham, well, Dano just 1000% became the Riddler.
Ooh, I can't wait for that scene. This image here with the Batman looking at the Riddler, I get the vibes of when Heath Ledger was looking at Bale in The Dark Knight. But I don't think Bale sold it as much as Ledger in that scene. But this scene, now when I do my review on Thursday night, I'm going to compare this scene with the Ledger, and I'm going to tell you which is my favorite. Because even though I thought Christian Bale did great in The Dark Knight, the intensity on Pattinson's face there, looking at the Riddler and Paul Dano's Riddler, I think he's selling it more. And I at least think, in my opinion, before I see it, I feel like I'm going to like his performance better than Bale. I do. He seems like he's selling it. Look at the intensity in that bat. Hell yeah.
I would trust Matt Reeves to adapt any Batman character at this point. It was incredible.
Oh, no.
Just like Jeffrey Wright is Jim Gordon. And also Peter Skarsgård does and of course, his wife, Maggie Gyllenhaal, had a very famous role in the Nolan movies. But Peter Skarsgård does a phenomenal job with his small role. He has one line, and the delivery and the cleverness and the realism of that line, that moment, is just one of the greatest things I ever saw. It was incredible. Every single minute of the first 2/3 of The Batman are a masterpiece on every possible level. To watch this movie unfold is the reward that DC fans deserve after being put through the ringer as we have been. And I hope Matt Reeves wants to make tons more Batman movies. I will watch them because, like Pattinson, he truly gets Batman in the world of Batman. There are just so many great moments, big and small, for us to celebrate. And we will do so in the spoiler review. It's just incredible. I could do a shot-by-shot breakdown of this entire movie. It's that good. Maybe I will. And when, it comes out on digital.
Yeah.
It's just that incredible. Okay, so what the heck could happen in the third act? How does this fumble? Well, a big problem is that the movie suddenly relies very heavily on monologues to explain things.
Yes, I am Zantat. I am looking forward to this movie. I hope it does good. I hope it's a masterpiece. Okay, give me more emo. I am really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing a great Catwoman on screen, and I'm looking forward to a very interesting Riddler. I'm looking forward to everything. The Penguin, Gordon. No, damn it. Sorry.
Every single minute of the first 2/3 of The Batman are a masterpiece on every possible level. To watch this movie unfold is the reward that DC fans deserve after being put through the ringer as we have been. And I hope Matt Reeves wants to make tons more Batman movies. I will watch them because, like Pattinson, he truly gets Batman in the world of Batman. There are just so many great moments, big and small, for us to celebrate. And we will do so in the spoiler review. It's just incredible. I could do a shot-by-shot breakdown of this entire movie.
Sorry, everyone.
It's that
Sorry.
good. Maybe I will. And when, it comes out on digital. It's just that incredible. Okay, so what the heck could happen in the third act? How does this fumble? Well, a big problem is that the movie it's even better in my opinion than those amazing. Okay, so what the heck could happen in the third act?
I'm trying to pause it. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Why is she so obsessed with this third act thing? She's really all right. Degrassi, you're spoiling it though, Degrassi. Don't look at Degrassi's. Although I've heard. Okay.
How does this fumble? Well, a big problem is that the movie suddenly relies very heavily on monologues to explain things for big turning points. You don't see them. They tell you about them instead of show them. And it sucks a lot of energy out of the movie. I don't know if that's because, they filmed this during COVID, which was very taxing. Maybe they just ran out of room to do it production-wise.
Kamari, come on, bro.
Reshoots, but it was not satisfying, the reveals.
Kamari, give me a break, man. Can't you let me as a BVS and Snyder fan have a little joy here without bringing that? You don't have to, your sounds better than BVS. Okay, Kamari. All right.
The reveals were not at all satisfying. Part of that was because some of them have been leaked. Some of them have been leaked. So not only do we know them, but the characters, they just say them. They just check a box. They're like, oh, there's that reveal. And so since you don't get to see them and there isn't anything more to them, there isn't any nuance, it's not that big a deal. And speaking of things not being that big a deal, the movie keeps promising this big secret that's going to rock Gotham to its core. That's a very gutsy thing for a writer to do because you better be able to deliver that secret. And this movie cannot deliver that secret. When it's finally revealed what's supposed to be so shocking, I was like, man, it's 2022. You got to do better than that. I mean, that's not shocking at all. The movie also starts to focus more on Batman. And
yes, she does. That's why I like her. I yell all the time as well. We both do. We're made for each other in movie talk. Our eventual collaboration.
In Catwoman's romance rather than their working relationship. And at least in my opinion, for all the talk about Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz's amazing chemistry on the press tour, like all the media, they've been like, that's the whole reason Zoe Kravitz was cast. Their chemistry is electric.
No, well, Katsuka,
from my perspective,
Febreze eliminates odors with a water-based formula for freshness you'll enjoy.
Uh-oh.
How often do you think about your poop?
Never!
Some people think about their poop a lot.
Oh,
Others,
God!
so did you know that every time that you pay a visit to a porcelain throne, your poop is trying to tell you something about?
I love both of them in both of their roles, but I think they actually have zero chemistry. I think they have absolutely no chemistry. They seem like more like friends or siblings than lovers. I do not see them together at all. I'd be like, maybe she can help.
No, that's not what I want to hear. I want Bat and Cat to get sexy. Woo! Yeah, I like Grace too, kind of. Yeah, I like. Hey, Jeffrey, us Grace fans. Do you like Jessica Chastain? I like Jessica Chastain too. All right, Rhea. I know what you're trying to say, Rhea. Not cool. And I'm supposed to come to your stream on Thursday. Not cool, Rhea. What are you trying to say? That I need them? Maybe it's because I'm so fresh that I'm always searching out those hygiene products on Amazon. Wow, Degrassi wouldn't know chemistry if she was a lab technician. I don't know how I could play even harder to get. I've stopped DMing her. It didn't work. It's not working, Sith. It's not. Maybe she drinks triple espressos. I would love that too. Yes. That's not cool, Rhea. That's some bullshit. Rhea, I'm mad at you now. Trying to say I need hygiene products. Not cool.
She can be his wing woman and help him meet someone that he actually really likes. And I don't think she seems to like him that much either. There was no chemistry. Zero.
No!
In my opinion.
That sucks. Come on now. That is disappointing to hear. That's disappointing to hear. Really? No chemistry? If I was Batman and I saw Zoe, that's all the chemistry I need. All right. Okay, Rhea, nice damage control. I know what you're saying. I get it.
Which is a shame because that's so integral to the Batman and Catwoman relationship. But again, they're both so good in their roles. So that makes it even more tragic that they don't have that electricity in that regard. And John Turturro is really miscast as Carmine Falcone. I just don't believe him in the role.
I like him. I love the Big Lebowski too with his character. I like him, but sometimes he's in like a different movie than the rest of the cast sometimes. Okay, let me see. Zantet. I reckon she's just doubling down because she doesn't want to be wrong about how good this movie is. Yeah, there's nothing. No worries. Okay. Yes, and he was awkward in Transformers. Yes. Sometimes he just does not fit the tone of the movie. He's just out of place with the shenanigans.
No, he couldn't have done that. That's John Turturro. He wouldn't do that. Also, there's this moment where Catwoman scratches his face, just like in the comics, so that was cool. But I could swear he already had cat scratch scars in that exact same place. So I was like, I didn't see you scratch him before. What? So it took me out of that moment instead of letting me be like, there it is from the comics. As the movie went on and started to lose momentum, and I got a little nervous if you like how non-comic book fans would react, if they'd be like, this is too long. I felt a little nervous, and I was like, I hope that it has an explosive ending like Seven or the Joker, which will make sure that audiences leave the theater on a high note. But unfortunately, it does not have that, which is a real shame. And it's unfortunate again I think even though the first 2/3, the script is very, very strong. I want to make that clear, but it just drops the ball in the third act. And I wish they had realized that was so integral, an explosive ending to making this movie really stick the landing. I think the Batman Catwoman romantic stuff was supposed to be the big ending, but I was like, there are no fireworks between them, so it's not working. But the rest of the movie is just so good, so brilliant, so perfect, so thrilling, so electric, so comics accurate that I think that should be enough to carry the day. It is for me.
Give Grace props. Do you see any other reviewer giving that much passion in the review? I know, RJ, it was disgusting. I take care of my wax. It's their right to. They're not going to, I mean, if it's a good movie, it's going to succeed. It's Kavari. I don't need to call them out. Do whatever you want with your own funds. And, yes, if it's a great movie, it's going to succeed. You can't boycott greatness. So if you try to boycott greatness, it's, you can boycott it, but it's just not going to work. And a lot of them said they're going to watch it anyway. I'm not getting into all that. There's other things to worry about, Kavari. If it's a great movie and it gets great box office, I don't care what other people do. I don't. Yes, the earwax was the worst, though. Zupu. Yeah, that does need. Yes. Uh-oh. All right. Maybe. Manscaped. Okay.
I love this movie. Despite its flaws, to me, comic book movies don't get better than this. I loved it so much. I plan to see it. I would see it. The most I usually see movies in theaters is 3 times, and that's rare. And if it weren't for COVID, I would definitely see this 3 times. I'm definitely going to see it again in theaters. And then I'm going to watch the crap out of it with you when it hits, HBO Max in 45 days. Oh, mark your calendar for the best watch along ever.
Oh, I might join. I might become a member to Grace and we'll do a watch along with her. The best watch along ever. You're going to see it this Friday? Awesome, Rhea. I'm seeing it Thursday night. Do what you want to do. If it's an amazing film, it's going to succeed. It's going to succeed. Hey, Ashley, the widow. Yeah, check out. You have great here, Igene. No, yeah, I'm getting gross ads. We know, RJ. We know. Oh, Jeffrey's seeing it tomorrow too. Great. You know what? Even if I wanted to see it tomorrow, I got to work. It's just not going to work out. I like to be where I'm relaxed and seeing it. Okay.
I'm so excited. I love this movie. I want all of you to watch it, and I hope that you enjoy it. But I'm a little nervous that some of you won't. I'm nervous. It has flaws, but I hope that you can see its beauty despite that. Now, how should you see it? Some of you have been like, should I see it in premium? Obviously premium is, I feel, the best experience. But you know what? See it how you feel comfortable, particularly in these trying times. You're going to be sitting there for 3.5 hours with trailers. It's very long, and there's no bathroom breaks for the first 2/3. It's just, there aren't any. And I'm still not quite sure where you would even be able to take a break during the ending, because you want to see it all so you can decide where you also think it needs to be improved. But I mean, I think that if you can see it on premium, fine, but I would just see it on a really big screen in a comfortable seat. I think that will do the trick. And you're probably going to see it more than once, so you can hit a premium screen up a little bit later when they're less crowded. You're in for one hell of a ride, and I urge you to see it as early and quickly as you can so that those great character moments in the first 2/3 are not spoiled for you. They're just such a great surprise. I loved it. On that note, that's my non-spoiler review of the Batman. Tons more videos, including that spoiler review, starting Thursday when the film officially releases. I'm so excited and curious to see what your reaction is. I'm very excited. All right, share those thoughts down below. Subscribe today. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.
I think I will, Grace. I think I will. Thank you. Come on. Isn't she she's the best movie reviewer on YouTube, isn't she? Look how much passion she pours into that review. I love it. Really Really talking about that last third of the movie, though, I'm not concerned. I didn't like hearing about no passion between Catwoman and Pattinson. The bat and the cat. The bat and the cat. I guess the stories on the hood of the Batmobile were false. What? The title is 100% clickbait. Don't title a video making people think you're reviewing it. Shake my head. I put reaction at the end, Goldman. I put reaction. Okay. We'll talk later, Goldman. We'll talk later. So, let's look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. And then because Rhea mentioned it, let's look at the track listing on the soundtrack before we end here. So, let's look at the Rotten Tomatoes. 87%. All right. Fresh. Okay, here, let me make this bigger. All right, let me see here to share this. Okay, let's look at the rotten ones. Yeah, hey, Goldman. Yeah. Grace is really the only critic I've seen complain about the chemistry, so I wouldn't worry. She's very nitpicky when it comes to Batman. Okay. All right. Okay, performances were emotional and raw in the Batman, but you're going to get a very broody Batman that never smiles. The Batman is not kid-friendly for younger ones. Lola Lamb Chops? Well, that sounds great to me. You know, I don't have any kids. Not that I don't want kids to enjoy Batman, but yeah. Broody never smiles. He's dealing with shit. If that's what the character calls for. All right, I only want to look at I'll be real. I kind of just check out the rotten ones to see. I kind of see if the people are trying to just get attention or if they're giving honest critiques. Check the top critics. Well, I'm not going to look at them all. Time Magazine. Ooh. The Batman emerges from movie universe now becoming ubiquitous, where a phony funeral worldview is the only thing that can confer depth. I don't know what that's saying. Whatever. I wish they had taken the time to develop Bruce as a real person with feelings and emotions. Even a dark and brooding film noir, there still should be moments where the characters breathe and connect. The Batman certainly mirrors the dismal state of the world today. Wow, this dude's a downer. Oh, yeah, RJ, I saw that he gave it a rotten. I didn't actually read it. Yes, I am going to react to that. It's too small. Okay, sorry. That's a douchey Adam Graham. Any breaks from the dreary... The Batman certainly mirrors the dismal state of the world today. Any breaks from the dreariness will have to come at a different bat time on a different patch. Man, he's looking for attention for himself. Okay, Vanity Fair, top critic. A lot of the top critics are dogging it. The reality is that there's probably nothing truly novel to be done with the Batman at this point. Try as Reeves and his co-writer Peter Craig might, they can't squeeze much higher meaning blood out of a fatality-depleted stone. All these top critics just want attention. I'm sorry. They want to be, they go aggressive towards comic book movies, especially when it's another iteration of Batman. If there were not other iterations of Batman, in my subjective opinion, they wouldn't be going this hard. If this is just a Batman film, without comparing it to other Batman or how many Batman movies they have, I think you'd get better reviews. I honestly do. I think they're that biased. The riddles of the Riddler with their dime store greeting card histrionics are about as frightening as a frown drawn on a detached baby doll head. Truly cornball stuff? Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, it's possible he's being truthful and unbiased, but I think he's also looking for attention for himself with that, again, douchey comment. God, go create something yourself. I'm sorry. I like critique. I do it myself. I like reviewers, but you could tell when someone's being pretentious as hell just to get eyes on their shit. truly cornball stuff. You're a cornball. Detached baby head doll. You're a cornball. I'm gonna get Matt. I'm gonna have Mad Max reacts to douchey, pretentious critics. Man, with the confines of its PG-13 rating, the Batman is much more unnerving than previous Batman installments. The trouble is grafting the somber pastiche onto a superhero base coat can sometimes feel more exhausting than rewarding. Again, top critic. Every time there's a top critic, they give the rotten. Did you notice that? Most of the top critics are giving it rotten. Imagine if David Fincher made a Batman movie, but it was censored to air on televisions at Walmart. What the? All right. Batman nerdly dissolves into the night, overwhelmed by acquiescent to his film's own noirish ambitions. Top critic again. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is exposed in real time. Every time there's a top critic, it's rotten. Do you see this shit? Do you see this shit? I'm going to do a separate video on this. Every time there's a top critic. Look at that. Yes. Yes. Professional critics are paid haters. They all want to be even, but they're a bunch of Siskells. Hey, I like Siskel too, though. Hey, Bradley. Wow, watch out, Bradley. Watch out for that widow. She is watching you. Every time you enter the chat, she's like, hey, Bradley. Hey, Bradley. Hey, Ashley. Yes. Listen. I see you, Ashley. I see you, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you either. Yeah, I get excited when Bradley gets in here, too. I know. Listen, Ashley, I just know. You do your thing, though. I support it. All right, let's get over this. The Keller palettes are as complex as the Keller palette. Not very. Top critic! Top critic! Do you see this shit? Do you see this? Look. Every time there's a top critic, look at this. From start to finish, the Batman is mostly just a collection of bad ideas. Depressing, dark, and endless. I don't know about you, but this particular time in history does not... Oh, see? What the fuck are people talking about? That they say this particular time in history, they don't need this? There's also that narrative. Yes, RJ, we got to do an exposed. We got to do it. We got to get all geeks and gamers on this shit. Look at those top critics. Yes. Go after the top critics. Exposed. Max exposing this shit. It is really bizarre. Yes. I mean, I saw one or two top critics, but the top critics have a narrative, and they try to outdo each other to get attention. Depressing, dark, and endless. I don't know about you, but this particular time in history does not seem like the moment for a movie that will leave you miserable and wondering why no one in Gotham seems to have heard of light bulbs. Another top critic. There's an unshakable feeling here. What's the point? Not to mention the nearly 3-hour length. Holy runtime. Grace Randolph, look. Grace Randolph should be a top critic. John Nugent. That's finally a positive. There's I saw 2 positive top critics. Oh, now 3. Now 3. Okay. Justin Chang, top critic. It's a movie of alternately promising, frustrating half measures in which Reeves' shrewd storytelling instincts and the usual franchise filmmaking imperatives repeatedly fight to a draw. Top critic, of course. I'm going to do the percentages. I'm going to figure out the percentages of top critics that go negative. Yeah, give them hell. I will. All right. If dark, rain-soaked superhero flicks sound done to death, this latest Batman may not be for you. Oh, good. Positive top critic. Positive top critic. Okay. One more. Where's Mendelsohn? I'm just looking for top critics now. Where's Scott Mendelsohn? Bleeding Cool. Okay, top. Uh-oh. Scott Mendelsohn is not a less gripping redo of previous Batman films and television shows with a lethargic pace that drains the film of tension and suspense. Yeah, he just wants attention. Yeah. All right. So that's interesting. Now I'm going to Google the track listing for Rhea. No, I'm not reading the whole thing. I'm not. It's almost. I'm tired. I didn't even eat dinner yet. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They don't like movies. You're right. Yes. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Batman track listing soundtrack. Let me Google that. Oh, this is just, I'm looking. Oh, you know what? No. Sorry. Scrap that. I'm sorry. I almost was looking at the track listing and it didn't have all the cover songs. And then I'm like, I'm going to get spoiled. Yes. Sorry, Ray. I can't do it. Because I almost got spoiled. Don't look at the track listing. Do not look at the track listing. What's for dinner? I don't know yet. I think fish and chips. Yeah, I'm going to eat the dinner. Scotty's a douche. I don't want him to kill my buzz. I don't want him to kill the buzz of getting a great review from beautiful Grace. The Grace and Batman Superfan reaction. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the movie tomorrow, RJ and who else said they were seeing it tomorrow? Jeffrey Miller. I hope you enjoy it tomorrow. I'm waiting till Thursday, and I almost got spoiled being stupid. Don't be stupid like Max on the internet. Don't Google stuff. Don't go. Yeah. Yeah, RJ, tell us what the music is where I don't get spoiled. Yes. Nirvana is part of the license. I like Nirvana. I didn't used to like Nirvana back in the day because everyone just constantly talked about Nirvana. But I rekindled. I mean, I liked them, and then I got annoyed when he passed. It was very sad. But everyone went overboard at that time with Nirvana. And then later on in my life, I've rekindled my fandom of Nirvana. They're great. And I love that song. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Have a great night. Bye.